Newcastle's winning start to the season came to an end last Saturday. Today they wanted to relaunch their title challenge at home to Alan Ball's third bottom Manchester City. A mighty boost pre-match for Newcastle was Peter Beardsley passing a fitness test on his injured knee. Ruel Fox dropped down to the bench. City, with just a single point from their first 5 games, brought in their new signing, former Celtic striker Gerry Craney. The best of the action with commentator John Champion.
So referee Jeff Winter from Middlesbrough, who tomorrow takes part in the Great North Run, gets us underway. As every week, it's a full house. In fact, there are 12,000 people on the waiting list for a season ticket. Newcastle are playing from right to left. Gillespie with an early run. Past 2 defenders, here's Beardsley, first time great save by Immel. Beardsley so nearly scoring inside the first 40 seconds in a game that he very nearly didn't play in at all. Here's Ginola, still the threat hasn't gone. In slides Edgehill and a throw to Newcastle. But for Ike Immel though, the Manchester City goalkeeper, Peter Beardsley would have scored already. A slicing mazy run by Gillespie, a first time shot, and Immel, who's been in outstanding form so far this season, with the parry. Craney, he seemed to stretch out his right hand. Referee Winter was right on the spot. Newcastle are so quick to move forward, and this is Ferdinand wrestling with Curl. 2 heavyweights together, and the referee arrives somewhat belatedly. And it's a free kick to Newcastle. 5 Newcastle players in the box. Here's Gillespie, he delivers these well. It's a curler. Howie was up there, and so too, fortunately for Manchester City, was Ian Brightwell. It's behind for a corner. 6 black and white shirts. Beardsley takes it deep. Lee strikes it on the volley again. Immel is called into play. He saw it late. Lee has it. Gillespie to his left shoulder. Here is Gillespie. Still plenty of men forward. Phelan gets in the way of the cross. Gillespie again. This time Ferdinand's underneath it. Immel's punch. Beagri's volley. Only as far as Beardsley with the shot. Again Immel blocks it. He's had an outstanding start, and Beardsley rather wastes that chance from a fairly oblique angle. Beardsley's corner, and Lee, whose better foot is his right, met it with his left. Immel was unsighted by a defender in front of him and did very well indeed. Well, Manchester City came here not expecting to face the man wearing number 8. I think they know he's playing now. Beardsley. Ferdinand's on a run. Beardsley holds it up. Ginola, the threat comes from every angle. Lee is onside. Ferdinand in the centre. Curl with the header. Beresford from a quickly taken corner. Ginola back to Beresford. It sliced them open. There's the shot. Immel again with the save. Beresford so nearly scored against his old club. He managed it in the FA Cup last season, and but for Ike Immel would have done so again. Newcastle's build-up is quick, slow, quick, slow, and then quick at the end. Beardsley, nice control. Now, can he find a teammate? He can. Lee with the shot, just over the top of the crossbar. Robert Lee's had a couple of chances. A volley that was spectacularly saved, and this effort that was just over the bar. And Ike Immel must feel like he's in a shooting range at a fair. Beardsley held it up and held it up and held it up, and the shot was up as well. Ginola, oh, neat. Now Gillespie, now Beardsley, back to Gillespie, he's gone over. Penalty, says the referee. Gillespie was upended, and it's a penalty to Newcastle United. No doubt at all in the mind of referee Winter. Neat interplay, Edgehill's challenge from behind, and clearly a penalty. Now Edgehill's in trouble with the referee as well. Technically the challenge from behind can be a sending off offence, but it may be that he'll deem that a caution is sufficient. Edgehill has an anxious wait, and it's yellow. Well, I can't imagine that Phelan is giving Peter Beardsley advice as to which side to put the kick. Nor can I imagine that Peter Beardsley has ever taken a penalty against Ike Immel before. But Immel has seen it all before. He's played more games in the German Bundesliga than anyone else. Mind you, Peter Beardsley has taken more penalties than most, especially here, and especially like that. He almost waited for the keeper to commit himself. It was cheeky, really. Emphatic from Peter Beardsley. You wouldn't like to be Immel. He did go to his left. Beardsley went the other way. And it's 1-0 to Newcastle, and their pressure has more than deserved it. Oh, Newcastle could be caught at the back. Craney's clear in the centre. The cross doesn't quite reach him. Uwe Rösler is asking for some communication from Craney. Beagren. 4 sky blue shirts waiting for it. One of them is Simons, who was completely unmarked. No one picked up Kit Simons. He arrived late on a diagonal run between 2 Newcastle defenders, and had he made better contact, the equaliser would have been swift in coming. Ginola. Oh, crudely brought down by Flitcroft. And Gary Flitcroft is asked to show his number to referee Winter. Oh, Alan Ball has joined the fray as well, which is rather unnecessary. But it's yet another yellow card for a Manchester City player, and the linesman is having to calm Alan Ball down a bit. He's a man who likes to wear his heart on his sleeve. Clark. Lee took a knock in the back from Brightwell. Ginola, oh, crude by Edgehill, who's already been booked. Now that seems senseless. Now, will the referee reach for a card? He will. And that is the end of Richard Edgehill's afternoon. 2 rash challenges, and Edgehill is off. And really, it's difficult to understand an action like that. Frustration maybe, and Richard Edgehill is having to be ushered off the field by his manager Alan Ball. Manchester City players have surrounded the referee, but surely they can't argue with the decision. Beardsley. Gillespie. Both Lee and Ferdinand are through the middle. Barton to the right. Nicely weighted pass, 2 waiting for the cross. It's towards Robert Lee. Ferdinand touches it in, but I think Robert Lee will claim the goal. Wonderful build-up. Flowing football taken to the nth degree. Gillespie's release was perfectly timed. So was the cross. So, for that matter, was the header. Ferdinand's touch was immaterial. And Warren Barton was bought for his overlapping prowess down the right-hand side. Robert Lee was bought to score goals from midfield. Newcastle lead by 2-0, and they're looking very good indeed. Barton's ball forward. Curl could have left it. Instead, he's given it away to Gillespie. 3 in the centre waiting for a cross. Back to Lee Clark. Beardsley. Reverse pass to Clark, it sliced them open. Here's the cross. Ferdinand was waiting. Curl slices it behind. This was super football by Newcastle. Clark and then Beardsley. Back to Clark. It needed a decent cross, and Curl was the man who denied Ferdinand. Gillespie. Towards Ginola. It'll come out to Robert Lee. Good save, Immel. Ferdinand. Up goes the flag on this near side. It's turned in, and it won't count. Rösler and Barton. They all fall down. Beardsley. Oh, wonderful ball to Lee. Lee against the keeper. Lee waits, and Lee somehow puts it wide. I suppose you must credit the defenders for getting back, but Beardsley's pass split the defence, and Lee, well, 8 times out of 10 you'd back him to score from there. Immel did his job and just got a touch, and it took it wide of the post. Lee. Gillespie to the right. Lee waits for an option. Here's Ferdinand. For once bundled off the ball. Lee. Ginola popping up on the right-hand side. He has to get past Curl and Phelan. This is Gillespie. Ginola lazily wants the ball. The defenders have left him. Here's the cross. Ferdinand's header! Brilliant goal! Brilliant goal by Les Ferdinand. And it couldn't have been simpler. The Frenchman set it up. The Englishman scored it. And I wonder how many times will we see that in the course of this unfolding Premiership season. A bullet header. He jumps so well, he has springs like Zebedee. And all that Ginola had to do was find the broad forehead. That he did with aplomb. 3-0.
Number 3 for Newcastle.
Lomas. One back by Beardsley. Now Ginola. He'll take his time all day if he needs to. And then he'll produce a pass like that to Sellers. Ginola's continued his run. Sellers to Ferdinand. It should have been a hat-trick. It hits the post from Gillespie. Robert Lee with the shot. Wonderful save. How? Oh, how? Oh, how did the ball not enter the net yet again? It was Sellers who set it up with the cross. Ferdinand seemed certain to score. Then Gillespie did. His shot came back off the post. Robert Lee had a firm chance, and it was an excellent save by the prone Immel. Ginola. Ian Brightwell's only a yard away from him. Scarcely seems to bother the Frenchman. Oh, Lee was taken down a little late by Lomas. The two of them indulge in the spot of pushing. The referee's played a good advantage though, and Sellers is weaving his way through. Eventually he's stopped by Kit Simons. Lomas again has a go at Lee. Which wasn't the most sensible course of action, surely. Here's Rüssler. For a moment, 1-against-1 with Peacock. Rüssler waits for support to arrive, and it's an age in coming. Summerby eventually is at his right shoulder, and Summerby will cross it. Up will go Craney with the header. Oh, splendid goal on his debut by Jerry Craney. And Newcastle have been caught rather sleeping at the back. Concentrating on going forward and forward and forward. The cross from Summerby. And a bullet-like header planted in the top corner by the man on his debut, Jerry Craney, who scored goals aplenty for Celtic, Portsmouth, and now you can add...